Good morning. Welcome back to 78 Reflections. My name is Patty Elaine, and we are here together this morning for another coffee and cards. So I hope you have a coffee ready or a beverage of choice. And we're going to jump into a wobble reading. So if you don't know, wobble reading is a simple 3-card spread that is inspired by the Chariot card. And with the wobble reading, I pull a card from the Shadowland Tarot on either side, representing the energies that are showing up for me today. Now, this is interesting because I am doing a deck study, so I am working my way through the deck by pulling 2 cards a day. I started out with a bigger spread, and I'm going to end with a bigger spread, but through the course of this study, I will work through all of the cards, which means the cards available are less and less each day. So it's kind of interesting to think about how that maybe impacts the energies the card is able to talk about. But what I like about it is that it gives me a chance to work with every card and also see how I can apply that energy to my day-to-day experience. So that's been really fun. And we are working our way through. I think we have 6 readings left, somewhere in that range. So we're getting through the cards. We'll be wrapping up in the next week. So with that being said, let's just jump in and start by asking the first question, which is what energy is showing up for me today. As you can see, I've pre-drawn the cards. Death. Death is the 13th card in the Major Arcana, which if you reduce down the 13, 1 plus 3, it's 4. So it represents stability, which may not be something that initially comes to mind with the word death. But death in the Major Arcana is not a physical death, but it's rather a transformation card. And the mantra I like to use with the death card is, I can let something go when it has run its course. And in this image, we have a crow symbolizing both life and death during the liminal time of the Shadowland sunset when all things are possible. Wearing his best undertaker suit, he cradles a new hatchling. He is symbolic of life and growth that can occur even during times of death and decay and represents deep transformation. The Shadowland Tarot also talks about the card in its trajectory and the Major Arcana. So if you look at the trajectory of the Major Arcana, it's the Fool's journey and the lessons the Fool comes to along this path. So the card before the 13 of death is the 12th card, which is the Hangman. And in this guidebook, it talks about how the Hangman prepares us for the message of the death card. Because in the Hanged Man, it's about a perspective shift. And so once we shift our perspective, then we move on. And the next move is to release. So we are asked to consider a dramatic change. And the contemplation is, what do I need to release? What is holding me back? And I think it's interesting that this falls, yesterday was the pink full moon. And I was really feeling the full moon energy yesterday. And, you know, the full moon is intended to help us see what is no longer serving us. And so to that end, it is about release. And I think that that is something that can be really heavy for us, especially during that time of discovering what it is we need to release. But I think it ultimately serves us on our journey. So what is the energy that is competing with the death card for me today? And we have the 3 of Pentacles. So the 3s, from a numerological perspective, are about growing momentum. And the Pentacles is the physical realm. It's about management of resources. It's about things we can see, touch. It's the experiences that we have in this physical realm. One of my favorite descriptions of the Three of Pentacles is speaking to elemental simplicity, about getting the foundation right, weaving together of the sacred realms with skill and assurance. Often, the Three of Pentacles is interpreted as a collaboration card, but in the Shadowland Tarot, they speak to, in this image, we have a proud artist who is proud of their work. They have manifested dreams into a reality. This card is a reminder that an idea without a plan is simply a pipe dream and not one that is likely to materialize. If you truly want to manifest your dreams, you need to have a plan, a structure, and a follow-through. And those are the three things that they're speaking of with this Three of Pentacles. We have a plan, a structure, and the follow-through of each step. And it speaks to how these three steps are necessary for success. And it's also a reminder that perfection is highly overrated and can promote procrastination and anxiety. Remain focused and allow distractions or doubt to derail our focus. I really like this interpretation of the Three of Pentacles, and I do think that it can still bring in the factor of collaboration in some cases. So how do we have competing energies here? I think that I'm just noticing the shadows. I guess it's appropriate that we have these shadows with the Shadowland Tarot. Let me just see if I can fix that. Working with natural light, I really like it, but it can be tricky. So here we have the competing energies of the Death card, which asks us to consider what we need to release. And it's contemplative. It's this call to release in order to clear space for something new. And the Three of Pentacles card is asking us, what do I need to do? And it's about building, making a plan, bringing a vision to life. And so I think that this theme is really showing up for me lately because I am really in this space of needing to move forward with my visions to make them a reality. And I think that the messaging today is really about, what do I need to release to no longer serve that? And that's the message of these cards. It's also the message of the full moon. So what is a really good question to help me navigate these competing energies? And I apologize for knocking my camera. The Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is inspiration. It's about the truth being revealed. So remember that the swords trajectory is about our thoughts, our ideas, our perceptions. And the ace is the first card. So it's the seed or the inspiration in the suit of swords. And one of the mantras that I like to work with the Ace of Swords is, I can see clearly now. And it's this fresh perspective that we can invite into our lives. And the other thing I really like about this sword imagery with the snake and with the lightning, it is really about like a spark, and the snake is about transformation, shedding our skin, releasing something that doesn't serve us. And so I think it's the sword that helps us decide where to cut and where to commit. And that really is the cards on either side of this spread that we have today. I'm cutting away what no longer serves me so that I can commit to something new and something I want to have time and energy and really move forward with. And I think considering that release allows clarity as well. And so I am definitely inviting that into my life, to consider what can I cut loose in order to allow for that freedom to move forward with intention and clarity. So this reading does really resonate for me today. I hope it resonates for you. I am posting this Wobble reading today on a Better Late Than Never schedule. Once again, kind of honoring that it is a Sunday today and how the full moon energy is making me feel like I need a little more rest. But we'll be back again tomorrow for yet another Wobble reading, and I hope you'll join me. So please like the video if you do, subscribe if you want to hear more from me, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Until then.